Alright, good evening, morning, whatever you are, time. Well, what's up, chat? Don't ooey me, buddy. Hey, light. Yeah, so we've got a lot of box stuff to look at today. And a lot of disappointing news to a few people that are interested in certain skill, what are they called, skill tokens, or what the hell that, not skill, like box tokens or some shit. Box chips, that's right. It's like, it's alright, it's alright. Be a lot better once I've reached that 100k sub number. If anyone wants to hit the subscribe button real quick, any subbers? Go away, Loom. This is a new top tier deck just with the skill, maybe. It should be top tier. I'd be surprised if it's not. And if it's not now, it'll probably be top tier once Orcus isn't top tier, you know? Or Orcus drop down a level once they get nerfed. So if it's not good enough to play in the World Legacy... More Legacy? The World Qualifier event thing. God, my brain is actually just fucking smush of just Yu-Gi-Oh content. Holy shit. Once the World Championship thing's over, if, like, that's when the ban list will happen. If it's not meta by then, that shit will just get nerfed and then it will meta, so there you go. Yeah, the skill chip thing is a little bit of a doozy, I'll be honest. But that's not the right one. This one? Yeah. So we've got these box chips, right? People were excited for these, they leaked a while ago. Because they're like crafting and duel links. Oh, yeah, I told you guys not to get excited. They'll be added on May 26th alongside the new mini box. You can trade 100 box chips for one card of your choice at the card trader from the first 10 main and mini boxes. Yeah. First 10, by the way. Regardless of its rarity. Box chips for an expiry date, blah 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 blah. And you get them via events and stuff, not just from the bundle here. So, unfortunately, this isn't a... the most exciting card from here is Cosmic Cyclone, I think is the only one that's sort of generically used. Floodgate Trap Hole, I guess, but I think Floodgate Trap Hole can honestly be taken off Limit 3 at this point. Although, I prefer it not to be taken off Limit 3 because I hate the card, so... How generous. Oh, thank you. First 10? Oh, thank you. That's just what I wanted. I didn't want an actual crafting system in this game. Like, honestly, I'd understand if it wasn't the latest box. Right? So, like, if they banned the skill chip for the latest pack. I'd understand that. Even the latest 2. Similar to like what they do with Dream Tickets. I'd sort of understand it. But the first 10 is like... I don't know, when does the first 10 even lead up to? Is there a, I don't know if this website has like a box list or something somewhere. It's in the pack opener, maybe? How old is the first 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Echoes of Silence, the latest one for them? Oh my god. Wait, is this a structure deck? Oh god. Like, dude. Hell yeah, I get a hold of my Ultimate Insect, my Silent Magician level. Oh my god, this is sick. Like, bro. Like, there's some cards that are alright. There's a Toad that's okay. There's just nothing though, dude. I assume there'll be SR ones, not just Ultra, right? Maybe it is just Ultra. Like, I don't know. What is actually in here that's usable? Buster Blader stuff's okay. Oh god, the worst box ever released in Duel Links, Land of the Titans. Like, being schooled, it's okay. Chaotic Compliance, anything in here? Silent Magician, let's go. Fusion Sage, I guess, that's something. Alright, got 4 more to look through. Anything? It's got to be something, alright? I thought Cosmic Cyclone was in here somewhere, but holy shit, this is actually like nothing. Valkyrie's Rage. Nobleman, this isn't a bad card. Neither Soul Exchange, really. Divine Wrath's used occasionally too. Hey, where's Cosmic? What pack is that in? Baby? I'm really assuming we can get to SR pulls. Is it actually New Impact? No way. That's not in here. Did I miss one? Oh, so it's the first 5, so it's the first 10 minis and 10 mains. Is that what it means? Not just 10 overall boxes. That's a lot better than I was expecting. Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot better than I was expecting. Alright, well. There's a lot more stuff up here. I don't know if this is the right one, but I don't know. Alright, there's a bit more to look through then, okay? That's a little bit better than I thought. Thank God. It's still going to be pretty garbage that you can't get a hold of some of the more updated stuff, but yeah, some generic background there exists and stuff. Alright. So, of course, next thing on the agenda, we've got this Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon being limited to 1 on release. Of course, getting it from a bundle, which is what something a lot of people predicted. So, sure. I don't think like there's not that many actual limited 1 cards that I care about. The only reason like I think this is like a good thing here that it's limited is since it's so generic, it stops being played in some of the other decks. Because obviously SPEEDROID, I don't think they care much about this. They have their own Monster Reborns, they're not going to play that. They're not a Link deck, so they're not going to play like Borrelload, where his name is. Or the big explodey dragon dude. Are you going to go over the combos as well? Didn't I... I've got a YouTube video, buddy. What do you mean? Once you've finished watching this stream, you can go back and have a look at a video uploaded 4 hours ago. That covers all these great combos. It's actually just a combo tutorial video that shows all the SPEEDROID combos. Well, a few of them. Some pre-box combos anyway. Wants to learn before the box comes out anyway. What is YouTube? Alright. And then we have the main event. We have a box of cards. Note, 2 of these cards are actually limited to 3. I have no idea what this card is, but I guess I'll read through them. Alright, so let's get into it, shall we? First card on the list, we have... Make sure the chat's not blocking it too much. Yeah. Starry Night Seal. If this card is in your hand, you return 1 Starry Night monster or 1 level 7 light dragon monster you control to the hand, except Starry Night Seal. Special summon this card. Okay. If you control no monsters, you banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon level 7 light dragon monster from your hand. Okay, so I don't think we need this for any reason. I think the deck is not having trouble bouncing stuff. Wait, is this a reprint? I swear I've read this card. That's not a good sign. I'm just assuming this card's like all this card's effects. I'm like, Starry Night kind of already does all this. Do we care? Probably not, right? That's probably why it's in the normal sections, because we just don't really care about it. There's some other Starry Night support in here that I assume is going to be a little bit more exciting. Alright. Pendulum Transfer. Target up to 2 pendulum monsters you control. Place those targets in your pendulum zones. You can activate 1 pendulum transfer per turn. Right. That's probably not very good. I'm going to be honest, that sounds a load of hot garbage. This is what we have skills for. We have skills to do this. We don't need this cards to do that for me. The pendulum summons how we get multiple monsters on the field. Like, what the... SPEEDROID Hexasaucer. Okay. Not a good sign that I've never read this card before. I didn't even know SPEEDROID even had a pendulum. You get pendulum effect. You can target one of your wind synchro monsters that is banished or in the graveyard, return it to the extra deck. Okay, that's rare. There's only like one SPEEDROID you generally banish. So like it's a level 3 tuner, right? Monster effect. Both players take any battle damage from attacks involving this card. Any damage from battles involving this card is halved. If this card is destroyed in your pendulum zone, you can spell something. Okay, we're gonna move on from that one. Let's move on from that card real quick. Yikes. Let's pretend I didn't have to read that effect. Alright. Dragon Caller Magician. Once per turn you can target one face a monster on the field, it becomes a dragon time until the end of your opponent's turn. Okay, Buster Blader support, okay. Once per turn you can make this card become dragon type until the end of this turn. A monster that was fusion, synchro, or exceed summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. If this card battles a dragon type monster, this card's attack becomes doubled its original during damage step only. Alright, so I was joking about Buster Blader, but it's actually a Buster Blader card. Yeah, I don't think Buster Blader would even use this. That deck is way too goddamn bricky already. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that one. Even as a Buster Blader player, I probably wouldn't be playing this, just I don't think I have the space for it. Alright, oh my god, why is the text down there? That's right my picture is. That's just a oh, it's moved. Never mind. Making it dragon helps with rank 7s or Raging Dragon Rebellion. Oh. So that'd be kind of cool if it mattered, because we have skills that kind of do that, but I guess that's what it's meant to be used for. But it doesn't really matter because we have skills that just do that. Or skills that give us the cards to do that. A DNA surgery replacement? Alright. Perform power Gum. What is this name? Gum Mutin. Okay. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving a monster you control and an opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. That monster you control cannot be destroyed by that battle. Okay, I mean, I've seen worse effects for scales, I guess. And it is a scale 1, it is a decent scale number. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving a monster control and opponent's monster, yeah, okay, it's the same effect. Yeah. I mean, I'm not big on the whole pendulum side of things, as you guys probably know. So, unless Performer Pal are desperately needing a scale 1 for some reason, I don't know what's in Performer Pal. Actually, wouldn't have a clue, so I don't know. Cool, I guess. Not the greatest effects, but I've seen worse, I guess. Still releasing X-Sabers. That's a good point. When was the first X-Saber box? Like 10 years ago? Holy shit. They're actually still coming. They need more high scales? Oh, I see. Alright. Okay. Speaking of decks released 20 years ago, and I completely forgot about, Aquastory Urashima. If you have an Aquatress monster in your graveyard, you target one monster on the field. Until the end of this turn, its effects are negated. Its attack and defense become 100. Also, it's unaffected by your opponent's card effects. So this card was so close, so goddamn close to being an exciting card for Aquatress. But then you realize it's not searchable. As far as I know, this card isn't searchable. And because it's not searchable, it's pointless. You might as well just play any other generic trap instead. If this was like a one-off, you put in your deck list and it was searchable, you'd have a searchable negate in Aquatress. It'd be like actually like a pog thing for the deck, but it's not. It's just a very lackluster negate kind of a card where you could just use any of the standard trap cards in the game instead. Yeah, just draw it, Slyle, just draw it. It was so close, so goddamn close to being good. Yeah, I wouldn't use this if it wasn't, and not being searchable, sadly. Alright, but cards that are searchable. Aquarium Stage is a continuous spell. Water monsters you control cannot be destroyed battle with a non-water monster. Aquatrus monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's monster effects. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one Aqua-type monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters this turn except Aqua-type monsters. So, it's kind of hard to explain how this deck list functions. This is a really good card for the deck, by the way. I still don't think the deck will be playable, but it's a really good card for it, because it makes your monsters unaffected by your opponent's shit, and you have a field spell and another continuous spell that just buff the shit out of your card's attacks. So you just have these, like, really big beta dudes on the field. It's hard to explain. I do have a, oh, that's not how you spell that. Aqua. I do have a couple of Aquatrus videos on my channel, I'm pretty sure. So if you're actually interested in the art type, how do you even spell it? It's not spelled like that? Oh, it's 2 A's. Okay. Wait, is that still not how you spell it? How do you spell this card? Oh, it's Aqua Actress, is it? Actress? There we go. Yeah, it's actually not that many cards in the art type. We've got them all now, I reckon. It's also a very cheap art type. You'll notice 0 Ultra Rays in here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think the main issue why this deck sucked from my memory is it only has one starter, and if you don't open the starter, it feels really bad. Yeah, because you want Gubby, right? If you don't open it, it just feels awful. So unfortunately, if there was a way to search or like get hold of Guppy easier, it'd be okay, because you could sort of just summon 2 dudes, make a big boy, just have 2 big boys on field and chilling. But yeah, it's unfortunate, just Sprite. Because how many of them are actually level 2? Only one of them, right? You know, with Tetra? Yeah, but Tetra on its own was too weak, right? Because you wanted to get 2 dudes out. So you want to be able to summon out your big guy, and you can't summon it without Guppy. Either way, it's pretty depressing. Because this guy's attack only gets up to like 2400 or something, even with the buffs. Like with the buffing from your 2 dudes. Just isn't enough to stay alive. It's a shame, because I actually think this art type is really fun. I don't know why. I honestly have no clue why there's so little support in existence for this art type. It's a really fun little archetype. I don't really know. I might try and give this deck a go in a video or something. I don't know. We'll see. We can always craft Aquatrust Orcust. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Alright. Shut the fuck up right now. Let's not do that. I'll think about it. Alright. Okay, so the new limited to 3 trap card, Performer Power Pitch Helper. So I assume this is limited to 3, some sort of stall card. I assume it's not actually good. Once per turn, when a opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, special summon a Performer Power monster from your deck. Its effects are negated. When attack is declared involving a monster you control an opponent's monster, you can send this card to the graveyard, you take no battle damage from that battle. Okay, so it's literally just limited for stall, right? It's still not going to be used. It's a pretty average card. I'm assuming that's why it's limited to 3, not for its power level. By the fact that it's a normal card. Konami doesn't want you running this, because they don't want you playing any of the stall cards. Limit 3 for the meme. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's anything too exciting that it needs to have a limit 3 on it, other than Konami hates some stall stuff, so they kind of occasionally chuck limits on that shit. Alright, a new Ice Barrier monster, because apparently... Dude, they really are releasing all the old art types just slowly over time. Apparently there's more Ice Barrier stuff that can still come. While you control another face-up Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot declare an attack if their attack is greater than or equal to this card's defense. Wow, 1600? Oh my goodness. Damn, what an insane card. Stopping your opponent from attacking? Oh. How are they ever going to remove your field if they can't attack? That's crazy. Alright, let's move on from that one. Alright, on to the Giga Chat of the box. Here he is himself. Senjen Jin. So I heard a rumor from my Discord. I was reading it, and someone told me that this guy was OP as all hell because he actually has all the Millennium pieces. I don't know if this is true or not. That's just what I've heard. Senjin Jin, Beast Warrior Normal. An unstoppable savage that carries Millennium items. Oh, this dude literally has all the Millennium pieces. You saw how broken fucking Pegasus was when he could have that Millennium Eye looking thing. Although this guy only has one eye, so I don't really think the Millennium Eye would really work sort of well with him. He just wouldn't have a normal eye. I don't know if that's a problem, but... Damn, son. Although I don't really remember there being a Millennium Axe. I'm not really... Or a Millennium... Whatever that is. Morning Star. Or a Millennium... I'm starting to think like this guy hasn't really actually got the Millennium items. He's just kind of talking shit. Yeah, where was the Millennium Axe in the storyline? I don't remember Seto Kaiba whipping out his gigantic axe. I don't believe that was part of the show, but I mean, maybe it's like Tristan's hidden one or something, you know? I don't remember these parts of the show, but anyway. Made in China? What? The Millennium shoulder spikes? Yeah, the Millennium fucking wig. Orange hair wig. Alright, moving on. From Mr. Senjinjin. Millennium items he bought off of eBay. Apprentice Piper. Alright, it's a flip effect monster. That's not a good start. You can spare summon one monster from your hand. Okay. If this card destroy battle a card effect into the graveyard, you can spare summon monsters from your hand. I mean, I've seen worse. Honestly, I've definitely seen worse. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst card. It will never see play in anything in current day, but I've definitely seen worse cards than this, you know. It's a flip monster that realized it can't use its flip effect ever, so it's just like, fuck it. When you destroy me, I'll use my effect. How about that? Yep, definitely not the worst card I've ever seen. Summon out some removal dude from hand or some stupid combo. Alright. X-Saber Palomaru. Is this the stupid one that I've used for a meme before? I don't think it is. When another Saber monster you control destroy a battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points, spirit summon this card from your graveyard. Oh, it is. I used this for an infinite life points thing in Master Duel at some point. Sadly, you can't do that combo in Duel Links. But in Master Duel, I was using this guy for an infinite life point loop. But you can't do that one in Duel Links, so unfortunately, yeah. Not gonna be anything too exciting. I don't even remember what the loop did. I just remember having a loop. Alright. Redicicle, or whatever. Target one SPEEDROID, tune a monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also roll a 6-sided die, and its level becomes the result until the end of the turn. You banish this card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Synchro summon one wind synchro monster using monsters you control, including a SPEEDROID tuner monster. Alright. So that second effect is pretty cool, because obviously you can use it... Can you use it the turn it was sent to the grave? You can, but it's kind of odd because it just sort of... It's like a weird monster reborn thing that allows you to summon during your opponent's turn. See, the issue with cards like this is, though it's cool that it exists, we can literally go... Like, the skill that we're using for SPEEDROID doesn't lock us out of going into things like Formula Synchron and stuff. So we can literally do Synchro Summoning during our opponent's turn anyway, without this. That's the issue. So all its effects, it just isn't needed. The Monster Reborn, you've got a better spell card that SPEEDROID has to do that. Mistworm, like, all these, like, cool stuff you can do during your opponent's turn. We're not locked out of doing the, if you want to make formula, you can literally make this guy if you want to. Like, it's not hard to. So, there's no reason to use this. Plus, the Monster Reborn effect is pretty hot garbage. But it's not the worst effect, I guess, so... Feel free to mess with it if you want to, but I wouldn't be using it. Alright. Starry Night Orbitail. Thank you for the sub. Yami Yugi himself just subscribed to my channel. Holy shit, the real Yami Yugi just subscribed? Holy shit, it's an honor. It's an honor, sir. What the? Okay. The real Yami Yugi? Oh my goodness. Alright. Starry Night Orbital. Quick effect. You can target one light monster you control, tribute it, and if you do, set one Starry Night spell and trap card directly from your deck. If a face-up level 7 light dragon monster you control returns to the hand while this card is in your graveyard, you can spell summon this card. You can only use effects once per turn. So this guy can target himself, so he's just a spell and trap searcher? I thought the deck already had, like, a lot of searches in it. Like, I'm pretty sure this card's the same as this one, where it's just got all these, like, effects that are probably useful, but I don't think the deck actually needs them. Let me go have a look at just a Starry Night deck. Someone's probably played it recently. I don't think it's that bad of a deck. Starry? Any Starry Nighters? Any Starry Night players? No? Okay, that's cool. Way to prove me wrong. Okay, maybe I just can't spell Starry Night. Is it with 2 R's? It is, okay, well. Fuck me then, I guess. Alright. I don't think we'd have, like, plenty of searches. Add one Starry Night monster. Well, they don't, really. So I guess you could play it as a one-off, just because you can search for it for one of these, if you want to search one of your trap cards or something. Oh, it recycles itself, so it's good. Oh, shit. Yeah, this card seems alright. I think it's probably gonna be. I think if you were gonna play it though, it'd definitely be a one-off, right? There's not really a whole lot of space, but I can see it as a one-off just because you can search it off of your spell card or your whatever thing to search or your monster over here. Okay, this thing only search for the dragon, right? This one's the searcher. Yes, I see it because you can search it off of this to search for like your trap card or your continuous spell. But I don't think it may take more than one off slot. There's not enough space. You should only play Rayo and Orbital, cuddle others. It's been so long since I've played this deck. I mean, this card was pretty average too, right? It was just like a really bad looking hand trap. It's like a battle trap sort of effect, sort of. It's not the worst though. But its effect isn't really necessary because if you hopefully your spell cards are doing it. So you can fit in more of him. I think I like Orbital more than I like this guy anyway. So you could be right on that one. I don't even remember if I used, but I know I made a Starry Night video. I don't even remember if I used them. I had a pretty, I'm pretty sure I had actually a successful, like, run when I played it too. Let me have a look. Starry. What was I playing? 81% win rate? Holy shit, this guy must be a gamer. What on earth was I playing? Damn, this dude is, well, he's this handsome fellow. Anyway. I was playing triple of it? Was I? Alright, I was playing triple of it. I wasn't playing this dude though, or this dude. Oh no, there's just this dude. I don't know. I guess running this guy makes it so you're less weak to like actual hand traps though. Oh, sorry, actual back removal and stuff. I don't know. Imposter? Most only playing it at 2 anyway. Yeah, I guess this card is probably just better than that one. It's probably worth giving it a shot. It might be worth looking at when I make deck lists. I might use it. We'll have a look. Alright, moving on. SPEEDROID Malicious Magnet. Okay. Cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon by its own effect. During your main phase, if this card is normal special summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon one wind synchro monster using only this card you control and that monster? I did not know this card existed. Okay, that's a funny ass effect. At the moment, I'm not gonna see play because yeah, it's just we want our normal summon. I don't even need a normal summon that often, but we don't. There's a lot of people playing non-level monsters, like they're playing Lynx and Xyz monsters and all that, which this thing would have no effect on. But it'd be really funny if it turned out to be like a tier 0 meta where everyone was playing SPEEDROID. So you just use this to just bait out your monsters, your opponent's monsters in the gate. Otherwise, you just synchro summon using their monster. It's like it's like a scuffed Super Poly style card. I like the idea of it, but I don't think it will see any play. I think it's just better normal summons. More reliable normal summons, I should say. Find one of? I mean... If you like, it is searchable off of your Terratop. So if you see a good time to use it, you could search for it. But I think it's probably just not really worth the effort. It's a funny ass card though. Like if you just wanted to play this for the lols, I'd say go right ahead. It just seems kind of funny. It's a bit too unreliable, sadly. Alright. SPEEDROID Skull Marbles. What is this thing? Is this a... What is this? Is it a train? I don't know what I'm looking at. A rocket? I don't know what I'm looking at. Once per turn during the standby phase, if your opponent controls a face-up monster, they'll special summon from the extra deck. Can you special summon this card from your hand? Okay. Currently destroy battle with a monster normal summon to set. Okay. Your opponent takes any battle damage you have taken from... Okay. You can only use this effect once per turn. If you control a face-up monster that is... Okay, this card's garbage. This card's hot, steaming garbage. A missile? Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. This card is definitely hot garbage, though. Can you summon it with... You can if you like, yeah, sure. It's a summon with that Taker to the Born card. I cannot pronounce its name. Yeah, if you want to play it as a one-off, sure, but I really wouldn't be going further than that. And I think I'd just outright pass on it. 3k defense. Oh my god, 3k defense? Shit. Stunning all the Blue Eyes players in their tracks. They struggle to beat over this absolute monstrosity of a card. Alright, moving on. SPEEDROID Passing Glider. Once per turn, you can send one SPEEDROID tuner from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. Increase or reduce this card's pendulum scale. I mean, we're not pendulum summoning, so we don't care. If there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. You only special summon once per turn this way. When this card is distributed, you can target one level 4 or lower SPEEDROID monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Your opponent cannot target SPEEDROID monsters, blah blah. Right, so pass, I guess. We pass it on this one, boys. This is a passer. Yeah, that's a nope. Curtain Raiser at home. See, I would find that joke funny if I knew what that card was. What is it? Curtain Raiser. Wait, Curtain Raiser's a card in this box. How was I supposed to know what that card did, huh? I haven't even read it yet. Free special summon turn 1. Yeah, that's, we really need that in SPEEDROID. Definitely need that. Smile. Alright. Perform Power Inflator, tap here. During damage calculation, either player's turn, if a monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can discard this card and either player takes any battle damage from that battle. What are with cards in this box and protecting you from battle damage? I swear I've read quite a few of them now. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack while this card's in your graveyard, you can discard one Perform Power monster, special summon this card in defense position. Okay, so it can help you build a wall. Alright, so again, I don't play Perform Power or Pendulum generally, so I don't have a effing clue if this card's useful or not. I assume not, but maybe it's like, holy shit, we need a level 6 beast effect monster in my Perform Power deck instantly, which then, there you go, perfect for you. But I've literally no clue. I assume the only reason you ever wanted is something to do with its level or it's a beast, because its effects is pretty average. Its effects are actually very average. It's hot garbage, but yeah. It's just Kariba. It's like a worse Kariba, because at least Kariba can protect you from like direct attacks. This one requires a discard to then summon it. I guess it kind of works the same as Kariba then, because Kariba discards itself, but I don't know. It's average. But maybe it's really good because Perform Power wants a level 6 dude, and you can use it as part of like an Xyz summon or Synchro summon. I don't even know what that deck does. I feel like people are playing Odd Eyes. No one's even playing Perform Power stuff. Or if they are, they're using it as like engines or something. I don't know. Rank up Magic Skip Force. Target one Raid Raptor Xyz monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck one Raid Raptor monster that is 2 ranks higher than that target by using that target as the Xyz material. Xyz materials attached to that target also become an Xyz materials on that monster. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you banish this card and one Raid Raptor monster from your graveyard, then target one Raid Raptor Xyz monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Alright, so is this the card that was used for this particular combo? Let me have a look, because someone in my Discord was showing off some cool stuff. Let's see if it's used in this combo right here. Let's find out. Alright, summons a dude. Does he use it? Okay, summons another dude. So I vaguely remember it might have actually been the case. Alright, search, blah 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 blah. Summon again, skill effect. Search for, that's not it. Maybe, is it not used? Search, summon back, and it's not used. And we just watched this replay for a whole lot of no reason. Alright, well, there you go. Well, that's a cool combo. You now know a Raid Raptor combo. Had absolutely nothing to do with this card, but there you go. You now know one. Congrats. Is this card any actual good though? Well, honestly, no real clue. It seems like it's good at doing what it wants to do, like just trying to make rank up your stuff, but I think like we've already got the spell that does that. And the skill is I don't know. Seems alright, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is what Raid Raptor needs to be better anyway. Xyz monster coming up for it though. I don't know. I have no clue how to rate this card, so I think I'm just going to skip it and move on. Absolutely zero clue. This one doesn't require you to pay half your life points. What's like the main difference though between this one and the other one? Is the only difference being this one has more effects? Is that it? This one summons from Graveyard. Wouldn't you prefer to have the Graveyard summon back? Literally a monster reborn effect? Isn't that better? No. I don't know. I think I have to wait and see what people do with that one when it's released. Or I'll check out some DLM deck lists afterwards to see if anyone wants to, if anyone's running it. Alright. Pendulum Storm. Destroy as many cards in the Pendulum Zones as possible. Then you can destroy one smaller trap card your opponent controls. Right, so a very specific side deck counter card going on here. So hot garbage in any format that isn't tournament, and even in tournament, there's probably better side deck cards than this one, I'd imagine. Especially right now, I think you prefer to have a anti-banish or thing that stops your opponent banishing, whatever it's called. Is it Lancia? Whatever its name is, or DD Crow or something. They add prank kits to the game, and they're technically in the game. They're just on the character at the moment. Better card trader cards. Alright, yeah, we're not playing this card. Perform power Rain Goat or Coat. I assume it's a pun on goat. I assume this looks like a weird looking C. When a card or effect is activated that would inflict damage to your quick effect, you can discard this card, make that effect damage 0, blah blah blah. During your main phase, quick effect, you can discard this card and target a Pendulum or Odd-Eyes card you control. This turn, okay, this card's also pretty garbage. It's like a hand trap that stops you from being destroyed by battle or card effect. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst, but I just prefer to have like generic back row over this. But I guess this one's searchable, right? Like you can literally just search for this card as part of like an end of your combo to protect something. But like the thing is, like most of these Odd-Eyes decks, they're not ending on anything that you want to protect with this thing, because the stuff you're ending on is going to be big Xyz monster cards that are generally not going to be using this. I don't even think the other skill uses it. So not very versed in the other version of Odd-Eyes, the current latest one. But aren't they just going into like, oh my god, this guy's playing Orcust. Yeah, this is ending on like the other dudes. No like actual Odd-Eyes end boards. So hand traps like this is just completely irrelevant. Yeah, we're not playing it. Moving on. Synchro Cracker. Is this going to be the exact same as the other card? Target one synchro monster you control, return it to the extra deck, and if you do, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that synchro monster's original attack. Okay, I mean, this is a card of all time. It does exist, I guess. Somebody willingly printed this thing, thinking it was a good idea. Because this is, in fact, this is exactly more hot garbage. You said it, buddy. You said it, Mr. Lawrence. This is actual hot garbage. God, this thing is trash. Yeah, that was the first thought that came to my mind was Scarlight effect? Huh? just summon a Scarlight forehead. Anyway, Yeah, obviously we're not using that. SPEEDROID Block and Roll. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can special summon SPEEDROID token. With a, what level is it? Oh, with a level equal to the original level of the synchro monster that was used for this card as material. Okay. So if we were interested in making Xyz summons, you could use it, but the skill kind of locks you out of doing that for the most part. There's probably some niche combos you can do with this card, but it doesn't seem like the worst effect. It's just I don't think we have with all the combo testing and stuff I've done with SPEEDROID, I never had a need for this thing. So, but it doesn't seem like a bad effect. It's just like something that we probably won't be using just because it just isn't used. Oh yeah, can't use token for Xyz. I'm a dumbass. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Xyz with tokens? Huh? How long have Xyz has been around now? Yeah, I haven't seen anyone even trying to playtest using this card, but it doesn't seem like the worst card in existence. It's just, yeah, it's just not used. Yeah, not the worst card though, but I don't think it's going to be played. SPEEDROID Gum Prize, okay. During the battle phase, if you take battle or effect damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. During either player's battle phase in which this card was special summoned by this effect, you can immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon synchro monster using only wind monsters you control, including this card. Okay, so you have to take damage before you can do. Okay, well, if this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. If the sent card was a SPEEDROID monster, the synchro monster that used this card as synchro material gains 1000 attack. Yeah, we're not playing this one. SPEEDROID actually has its own sort of inbuilt Kite-Roid thing that got limited, right? So you can just play that if you want some sort of Kite-Roidy sort of effect. Obviously, this one has like the added bonus of potentially synchro summoning occasionally, but it's not going to happen. Alright, Abyss Actors Backstage. Right, if you have 2 Abyss Actor cards in your Pendulum Zones, add 2 Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters with different names in your deck to your extra deck. Oh. I thought this was going to say to your hand, and I was going to say, wait a minute, that is a lot of value all of a sudden, and then it said to extra deck, and I was like, yeah. This was nearly exciting. Nearly exciting, and then it said extra deck, and I lost interest. If this said to hand, it would probably see plays. That's a lot of value. But it says to extra deck, so it's... Moving on. Especially because of search books. I assume you can search for this thing. Alright. Damn, this dude is thick. Abyss Actor Trendy. Oh, he's trendy as well. Trendy Understudy. When you Pendulum summon a monster, you can add 1 face-up level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. Okay. If you have 2 Abyss Actor cards in your Pendulum Zones, you can tribute this card, special summon level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your hand or face-up from your extra deck. It's Pendulum, you lost interest a second, remember that? I mean, to be fair, I have played Abyss Actor before, and it was a lot more interesting than a lot of the Pendulum stuff I've played before, so... I'll probably be... If I do a Pendulum video, it'll be on Abyss Actor for this box, because I actually did not... I wouldn't say I found the deck enjoyable, but it was... Of Pendulum archetypes I've played, it was the least, like, a non-garbage, so... Anyway, is this card actually decent? Probably not. These adding from specifically extra decks sound so hot garbage.
Card games on motorcycles!
Thank you for the sub, Antony G. Appreciate it, bud. It's pretty decent. I guess you could search for it if you want to get something back, because you are limited on your extra deck Pendulum summons, but it's like a follow-up card, right? You had your board cleared and you want to get something back from your extra because you can only do 1 summon from there. It's like the only real reason to use it. It's like another one-off. I don't know if I'd even use it as a one-off. I don't know. Doesn't seem that great to me, but again, I'm not much of an Abyss Actor player or Pendulum player in general, so my opinion on Pendulum cards is completely just take it with the whatever grain of salt you like. When was the last time has a big actor had any toppings in the last like 6 decades? I'm just curious. Why'd I click on this card for that? Has anyone been playing this? So the deck used to be actually really quite good. May 12th? Were we in May? Ooh, we did have a topping recently. A few in March, a couple in April. In main phase too. That's actually a pretty big tournament. Spellbook being played? Okay. That's actually a pretty sick deck list. Spellbook. Alright. That's kinda cool. Oh yeah, so they can they pay 1,000 life points for their search, right? So they can use sealed tombs really easily. Pretty sick pseudo counter to Orcust right there. I think they're getting support soon, right? In the TCG. In Master Duel, they're getting support. In that literally Master Duel, they're actually getting some of this actor stuff. Alright, moving on. On to the SRs now. We've got Balutia, the Grand Radiance. You contribute this card by tributing 1 effect monster. During your opponent's main phase, if your opponent adds a card from the deck to their hand except by drawing them and this card's in your hand, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon this card. Okay. If this card is normal or special summoned from the hand, you can have your opponent banish cards from the top of their deck face down equal to the number of cards in their hand. That's kind of rude. Then they shuffle their entire hand into the deck, and if they do, they add the banished cards by this effect to their hand. This is a really rude card. Oh, it's level set. Is this meant to be used in combination with the dumb archetype? The cards I was going through, Starry Night stuff. It's meant to be like a Starry Night card. Trickstar support. Bad draw. No, it's not a bad draw. It's literally Trickstar reincarnation, right? Just without the combo lock. Without the reason to use it. Combo withdraw? Does it work the same way as the trap card does? Surely not. There's no reincarnation draw combo here, right? Right, it's written it could. Could it? Doesn't draw lock adding from deck? And doesn't this thing add from banish? Main deck to hand. This thing adds from banish pile. Anyways, this adds some banish pile. Draw wouldn't lock it. Anyway. And if that's the case, I don't think we're playing this. Like, it potentially has some value because you can stop whatever card your opponent searched for. You can stop them using that particular card until you banish 4 and they just draw into that card because they draw 4 cards. So, or 3 or whatever it is. Yeah, you're literally just mulliganing your opponent. It's not really worth it. It's a funny card though. Definitely not worth playing though, in my opinion. I guess to be fair, if you're playing against a lot of metas where everyone's searching for one-ofs, because they're like one-off particular combo pieces, like Orcus generally has a lot of one-offs. If they search for a one-off, then this thing, it wouldn't be good against Orcus, they send to Graveyard, but this thing would be good against one-off combo decks, because they search for their combo piece, you activate this, you just put that combo piece back in the deck, and they won't have it anymore. And there's no chance they'd draw into it. Combo with Lancia? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't like this card. Anyway, moving on. Performer Power Sea Eel. I thought this card to me looked like an Abyss Actor card just from the card. I was like, it looks like clowny. Anyway. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster has its effects negated until the end of this turn. Okay, not the worst. There's actually a lot of monsters this would be annoying against. For example, we've got these brand new Synchro monster coming into the game where it only negates monster effects. You can use this to target that. All of a sudden, they've lost their monster effect. Lost their negate. Okay, not the worst. And the second effect, when this card is normal split or summoned, you can target one set spawn trap card your opponent controls. That set card cannot be activated this turn. Neither player can activate cards or face in response to this activation. Okay. Wait, that second effect is super... That monster effect is super relevant, right? Because can't you can chain order and have this thing be the last of your chain and your opponent can't respond to anything you just did, right? Like you pendulum summon, you summon 3 dudes with effects. You use the first 2 dudes' effects, then chain this one at the end of it, and your opponent can't respond to the first 2 either with anything. Like they can't activate a trap card or negate or anything. Doesn't this also stop a lot of those annoying, like the flip face down guy? Actually, I don't know if that's on summon or not. What's his name? It's level 1 though. So yeah, it had to be going in combination like a 0 scale. I don't know if Perform Power might even have a 0 scale, so I might be literally wasting my time. Does Perform Power not have a 0 scale? You respond to the effect. Neither player can activate cards in response to this effect activation. What do you mean? It says you can't respond to the effect. Yeah, I was assuming because like I'm literally thinking the card in my head was Madonna as a 0 scale. So does Perform Power not have one? Do I even bother looking this up? Do we care enough? Oh, they'd have to play like some random ass stuff. I mean, I guess you could play it in something that wasn't Perform Power though. Still here. I mean, this card is super interesting to me. But it's like such a super interesting effect that you can actually just chain block, lock your opponent from responding to your effects. It's such a powerful effect. But you are right, it is level 1, and level 1 is like, I guess, hard to summon specifically Perform Power. It'd be really funny to see just some other random ass deck play this card, just because if they get to summon it, they just stop your opponent responding to anything they're doing. It's a really cool idea. And if I assume some Pendulum expert he plays a billion games of Duel Links and whatever for this archetype, maybe they'll know something you could do with this. But it sounds really fun actually. Like a genuinely interesting card. And of course, like I said, the Pendulum effect is already really good, where you just use it, target something annoying, and just say no. And of course, you can just use this without that Pendulum Summon stuff. You can literally just normal summon it to remove backrow before you do your Pendulum Summon as well. So it's like, it just seems like an alright good card in general. And then 0 scales and Joyce. There's Madonna, and I don't know if there's any other ones. We just had a look at a bunch, but I don't know if I was looking at ones that are in Duel Links. No. Wait, there's just Madonna. There's only Madonna. So yeah, either way, it's just you can just use it as a normal summon, remove opponent's back row, or scale it to remove your opponent's monster effect, which could become very relevant in a SPEEDROID meta where everyone's trying to play SPEEDROID. So I can see some good potential in this card anyway. Alright, moving on. Nirvana, High Paladin. Alright, if a pendulum monster you control attacks for the battle, it cannot be destroyed. Wait, attacks? Oh, for that battle. I thought it for the battle was like referring to like for like winning the game or something. I'm actually, my brain is just turned off at the moment. Anyway, for that battle, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no battle damage at the end of the damage step. If a at the end of the damage step, if a pendulum monster you control attacked, all monsters your opponent currently controls lose attack equal to their attack. Attacking monsters attack until the end of this turn. Right. Cool, I guess. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner synchro monsters. What level does this dude? 8. For this card synchro summon, you can treat one pendulum summoned pendulum monster you control as a tuner. Okay, that makes him pretty easily summoned then. That makes him very easily summoned. If this card is synchro summoned using a pendulum summoned pendulum monster tuner, does that mean does that mean the card you're treating as a tuner, or does it mean it has to be a pendulum monster tuner? Like, does that second part of its effect work with its first part, where it's treating the pendulum summoned card as a tuner? God, this is already hurting my brain. So you do need a pendulum summoned monster that... Yes, the trade summon card does count. So it does count. So you can literally just use the first effect of this card where it says, if this card is synchro summoned using a pendulum... Oh, sorry. For this synchro summon card, you can treat one pendulum summon pendulum monster you control as a tuner. So that part works with the second part where if it was synchro summoned using a pendulum summoned monster tuner. This card's got such dumb text. I love it. Anyway. God damn it. Why do pendulum monsters have to have such like whatever. I have such weird mechanics. Anyway. You can target one card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can halve your opponent's life points. With this card in the monster zone destroy battle or card effect, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. Right. So this card, I can actually see it getting some play. It does seem like if this card works in the way that I think it does, where you can just, I don't know, it seems like it's alright, because it's very, very generic and easily summoned. 3,300 attack is pretty relevant, because a lot of monsters in the game have 3,000 attack. No way this is good. I can see it being especially good in decks that don't, in pendulum decks that don't have tuners inbuilt. So this is like an extra deck option. It has a nice little recycle effect. I can definitely see it being used. I'm not sure where it'll be used or if it's like actually good enough to take slots of like generic rank 4s or whatever. But oh yeah, you need a oh wait, you're right, you need a oh my god, you need a non-tuner synchro monster, don't you? God, I got so caught up in the other effect, I completely forgot it needs a synchro monster. Oh my god. You're not wrong. The other material is literally a synchro monster. Yeah, okay. Oh, that makes its place a lot less a lot less common where you can place it. There's not that many decks that have synchros in Pendulum. Well, that's Sourdice obviously has the one occasional combo you go into, but it's very, like, odd. I didn't. These guys aren't even playing it. Where's the other skill was, though? You have, like, occasionally go into a synchro summon, but It's not the most common thing. Alright, well. That's less fun. Never mind, this card's probably not going to get played then. It really requires a synchro monster for this thing? That's kind of rough. Yeah, this is going to be one of those SR cards I don't want to pull then. I didn't want to pull it anyway because I don't like pulling pendulum stuff, but this one in particular, that's a bit of yikes for me, dog. Alright, Raid Raptor Satellite Cannon Falcon. 2 level 8 Wing Beast monsters, or I guess we just rank up into this card because there's a lot of rank up spells. If this card is exceed summoned by using a Raid Raptor monster as material, you can destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Right. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this activation. Okay, that's pretty relevant. So your opponent doesn't... the main issue is if your opponent just removes the thing you're trying to like... Because you're probably going to try and rank this up, right? Rank up into this. You'd summon this thing if your opponent just was refusing to use back row and was holding onto it. But generally, in most cases, your opponent has already used the back row before you even get to this stage. That's the only like actual issue there. What's its other effect? Quick effect. You can attach one material from this card and target one face a monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 attack for each Raid Raptor monster in your graveyard. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That is potentially a shit ton of damage with 3000 attack. Good one. Oh yeah, you can probably put this as like a tech card in your extra deck if you want it. Because it is really good if you think your opponent is trying to hold on to something. Like your opponent is sitting there just chilling with their true back row. They're like, I don't need to use this yet. I don't need to use this yet. They forget about this card. You rank up. All of a sudden, oh shit, they just lost everything. You use skill and use double skill rank up to get to it. Yeah, it's easily summoned, but the thing is I use it in response to your rank up spell or whatever, and then you're in a bit of trouble. Also works around Dingisa's protection? I don't think it does. I think cards that say you can't respond, Dingisa would still just be used. I think Dingisa doesn't care about that. If I remember correctly. I don't think that stops Dingisa. Yeah, Dingisa still protects. But yeah, cool card. I wouldn't be looking at this card as like something that's going to be too exciting. It's cool and all. Obviously, like someone said, it's actually not once per turn. So quick effect to reduce multiple targets, just OTK style, and that's pretty dope. But yeah, it's not like this is something that's going to make Raid Raptor top tier by itself or anything. Like, definitely not. But this card, on the other hand, which I don't actually know what it does yet, was this one used in that combo we showed earlier? What does this one do? If you control a dark monster, you can spell summon this card from your hand. Or you can spell summon monsters except dark monsters. Okay. Off to a good start. We've got a spell summon level 4. If you control an Xyz monster with a dark Xyz monster as material, you can target one level 4 or lower Raid Raptor monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Oh, it's a great follow-up card. It's literally a special summon itself. Once you've already got one of your Xyz monsters, then make another Exceed. Oh, that's good. That sounds good. Now, what is it competing with? What was their other limit? There's no other limit in Raid Raptor, right? It's just stopping you playing the powerful trap cards, I believe. Let me just check that. It's just stopping you playing the powerful trap cards, right? There's no limit 3 Xyz monster either, right? It just limits 3 traps, alright. Yeah, this card seems really goddamn good, and I think you're probably playing it. I don't quite remember how the full Raid Raptor combo works. I'm pretty sure we just watched one that probably used this card. Let me see if it does actually. We'll rewatch it. Because if you can play this as like a one-of and you can search for it, that'd be pretty cool as well. Like, it's just part of your combo, you just end up searching for it. which I'm pretty sure is very doable in Raid Raptor when they have an Xyz monster that searches from their deck. So, let's see if he uses it. Blah, 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 blah. Summon your dude. Go into your birdie. Your birdie gets a search. Do you search for it? You do search for it. So you could literally play this as one of or two of and still have a couple of the trap cards if you want to. You probably play it at two of though, I'd imagine. You could play it at three as well if you really wanted to. Just go all out. Then you don't even have to search for it because you can search for other cards then. But I can imagine playing it at two. Especially considering it's more of like an extendery card. You want to get off of your normals thing first. So it's probably a one or a two. More likely a two. I don't know. Summon your dude. Use your skill. Put your thing in grave. Activate your rank up. Rank up revive from graveyard. Make your Bowser, and then you have your special summon from hand because you have your dude on field. Brings back your level 4. And you have an extra level 4 to go with, which is dope. That's a pretty strong end board, Bowser and your Evil Swarm Nightmare. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And obviously going second, it's going to lead to a lot of OTKs having an extra summon on top of that, if they weren't already pretty dead. So that's dope. Strong card, will be played obviously. Keep going to Rhino if you wanted to, true. Alright. One card combo, by the way, true. Actual one card combo. Meaning you have 3 other cards in hand for potential techs or whatever. Which is insane considering you have like multiple like Cosmic Cyclones or Forbidden Lances or blah 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 to make sure you don't just get your ass blasted whilst you're trying to lethal your opponent going second. Yeah, this is probably make that deck a lot better. You'll definitely see a Raid Raptor video out of me, probably featuring that exact same combo you just saw. All right. Abyss Actor Curtain Razor. If you control no monsters, you can spell summon this card from your Pendulum Zone. Okay. You only use once per duel. Okay. Gains 1,100 attack if you control no other monsters. Okay. Once per turn, you can send one Abyss script spell from your deck to the graveyard. Add one face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. What on earth? Alright. Some Abyss Actor player is going to help me out on this one. What the hell am I doing with this card and why? What are we doing with this thing? Extender? Does that deck even go into anything that isn't just Abyss Actor cards? I don't remember them using extra deck. You're winning, that's what. You can use it in other decks? Oh, okay. Is Abyss Actor itself going to bother playing this? Or is it just a one-off in other decks? Or card you don't play in other decks just for its making rank 4s? Victizers can do rank 4 spam? Was there no locks in Abyss Actor? What does Madonna lock you into? I thought I had a lock on it. Madonna. Yeah, this card locks you into Abyss Actor monsters, so it's pretty hard to do anything. Where is it? This is the famous Selection Bite second material. So it's mostly going to be used outside of Abyss Actor is what I'm reading. And if it is using Abyss Actor, it's used as a one-off. Which is kind of pointless, because the thing that's locking you out of really using it is Madonna, who's your search card, which is the reason you play it as a one-off. But I guess you could still... Is Madonna the low scale? She's the 0, yeah, she's the 0, right? So I guess you could still use it there, and just have it as another monster you summon to the field, because your scripts need particular amounts of monsters, whatever it is. Where is it? This one? Yeah, the face-up Abyss Actor monsters, so it's a different name for this spell to be able to pop more cards, I guess. We might get a Link Monster as a card trader card. Isn't the Link Monster literally about to be added to Master Duel? Why? Yeah, about to be added to Master Duel. Like, it's really good. Oh, there's two of them. One of these is extremely broken, right? During your main phase, you can target one of these effects. Target one face-up card you control, destroy it, then play one of these effects. Place one in your field zone. Do we even have that? I don't know. That's all speculation anyway. Yeah, I don't know. This card seems really good in decks that are not Abyss Actor. It seems pretty niche in Abyss Actor. You can play it as a one-off, searchable from your Madonna, so you have an extra name on field. So you can use more for script, but that seems like about all you can do in Abyss Actor. Because they really are using Madonna most games, so it seems really troll to have, like, try to go for a rank 4 spam in a deck that's playing a thing that locks you out of doing the rank 4 spam regularly. I don't know. But it just seemed good in other decks for rank 4 spamming, so there you go. Feel free to play it in other stuff. Alright, Abyss Actor Extras. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum Zone. Okay. You can tribute this card to place one Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum Zone. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters to Abyss Actor monsters. Oh, this is a Madonna Searcher. This is just a flat-out Madonna Searcher, isn't it? I'm trying to remember if the Abyss Actors had other searchers. It's when they're destroyed, right? There was search. Was there any other search for Madonna beforehand outside of, like, Destruction Search? There's no, like, normal summon search in this deck, right? Beforehand? Now there is? Because if you have a Madonna search, that's a pretty big deal. Madonna searching is really good. There wasn't? Okay. Yeah, Madonna searching is a pretty big deal. Damn, this deck really needs a Link Monster, huh? Because you have like a bunch of like random ass things that can special summon themselves on pen zones. It'd be really nice if they did have a Link Monster. Because currently they lock themselves so hard out of using any of the actual extra deck, they just clog up their field a lot. If they're going to try to summon some of these dudes. Doesn't matter for this dude, because he's literally getting rid of himself, but yeah. Last time I searched I was arrested. What? Yeah, Self Elite Monster. You can't play anything that doesn't have this is all locking you into Pendulum summoning with or locking you only into summoning out Abyss Actor monsters only, exclusively. Hey Harrier. Starry Night best deck. I mean, we haven't gone to any we have one cool Starry Night card. I'm not really sure about this thing. This is meant to be a Starry Night card. I'm not sure about this one. This card seemed alright. Alright, well, I guess you just... I guess Abyss Actor just now has a search for Madonna. That's pretty pog. Moving on to something that is also very pog. Void Ogre Dragon. This thing, I think, will actually have some random-ass uses. Just because it's like... In Master Duel, it can be a lot more problematic because you draw a lot of cards a lot of the time. There's a lot of value generated. But in Duel Links, you just kind of like... There's not that many cards in hand. You can set most of it. So you can play this in Resonator, and it'll probably be, like, completely fine. So this takes one Dark Tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you have no cards in your hand, you can negate the activation and destroy it. So this card immediately is really good in something like Infernity, if Infernity wasn't, you know, taken out back by Konami a few weeks ago on a ban list. But this card seems really good in just other random decks, like Resonator, for example. There's probably plenty of times in Resonator where we just have no cards in hand. Yeah, Rocket, for example. Rocket are going to be really good with this. Like, really good in this. Especially considering Rocket doesn't really have much of a turn 1 going for it at the moment. This one might be a good turn 1 for the deck. Yeah, it might just be a good turn 1 for that deck that doesn't really have one right now. Not a good one, anyway. There's some sort of really sketch ones where you're just like, I'm going to remove a card from your extra deck. Okay, sure. Now it might actually have a negate, which is actually useful. How has Rocket been doing? Is Rocket popping off? Were they on the tier list at some point? They're on the tier list currently. What do they even do turn 1? Are they actually just summoning Borrowload Furious and passing? Is that their current turn 1 play? I mean, they can still do that actually if they use the other skill. Are they just Borrowload Fusing passing? That's fucking tragic. Oh, with the skill buff? Because because it no longer takes a card out of hand. Just playing with okay. Well, surely this is a better turn 1 than summoning this dude. But I guess you get the destroys from your fusion spell, but you can just play fucking both. If you don't open your fusion spell, you can just go for the other dude instead. Alright, sure. This card seems really good, in particular with Rocket and Resonator. So, good to see. There's no other random-ass dark decks, right? Any other random dark tuners currently being played? Dark tuner. MonkaS. That's a dark tuner. Oh no. August? Anyway. Oh god, don't get my boy banned again. Rose Dragon? Can Rose Dragon summon this? I don't know. I don't remember. I have no clue what limitations this deck has. I've completely forgotten them. Especially considering it got like unnerfed at some point where they removed all the limitations. Can this be a turn 1 for this deck? That'd be cool, because that deck currently doesn't really have a turn 1 outside of just set cards and summon a monster that's not targetable or whatever it was. Is this summonable in Rose Dragon? Level 8's awkward in Rose Dragon? Oh, okay. Sire Reflector. Blackwing, I guess. That locks you into Winged Beast all the time, though, right? Actually, Simorg just locks you into Dark, not Winged Beast, doesn't it? It's Simorg. I don't even know why I'm bothering looking up Blackwing in current year, but I've spelled that completely wrong. No, he's called Simon. What am I saying? He's like Simon. Simon? Is it like that? Simon? There he is. What do you lock you into? Dark monsters? Okay. This thing is, in fact, a dark. I could say, there you go. You could stuff it in Blackwing or something. Let's just play as in Rocket and Resonator, okay? Alright, moving on. Moving the fuck on. High Speedroid Canberra. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, it gains 200 attack. Okay. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Speedroid cards, add it to your hand. Huh. Okay. So the combo lines I've done did not use this card. I haven't seen anyone do any combo lines using this card, but it doesn't seem like the worst. The double attack seems pretty tempting. Like, if there's space in the extra deck, I'd like to play this card just for the potential, just like lethal your opponent as follow-up. And there is actually cards that are banished this thing can add back, so. Yeah, I don't think, unless it's like particularly extra space for it though, you won't be running it, because I'm pretty sure it's like, the inferior level 5, because you can just play that other one, which can resummon itself, which is more infinitely better of an effect, I'd say. Like, you have the space, you can probably run it. I don't think I'll have the space for it, though, so I don't think I'll run it. I've already got a list that I'm planning to play, by the way. So I don't think I'll be playing this card. But we'll see what other people... We'll see how it turns out. There is a billion options for this deck, so we'll have to see. Like, if you guys watched my combo video I uploaded like a couple of hours before this stream, you'll see there's like a lot of different lines to choose from. You don't just have to set with one, so there's probably some lines that are really cool with this card, do some cool shit, but yeah. It's an OTK. I mean, yeah, but so is going into, like, what's his face? So is summoning this dude. Big old conquering bow. This is the real Giga Chad right here. And that's also really easily summoned in the deck. Is it wind? It is, right? And it's wind. But I'm pretty sure I might even have this in the deck list I was building, if I remember correctly. Anyway. Moving on. A summon Canberra for lethal. Yeah. SPEEDROID Takatomborg. If you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can tribute this card, special summon SPEEDROID tuner monsters from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except wind monsters. You can special summon one SPEEDROID blah blah once per turn. So this card is giga insane for the archetype. You want 15 of this. Okay, I think there's actually a lot of people only going to play 2 of this, so you do want to play at least 2 of this most of the time. This card is incredibly good. Incredibly good. It's part of your main combo with your dude, your Teratop. I think it's generally a 2 of most of the time. But you can play it at 3, that's completely fine. But I think it's more of a 2 of sort of a card. At least I think I'll be playing it at 2. Because I'm gonna be playing a bunch of back row. Okay, I've got a lot of draw in my deck. I like playing back row. But I think I'll play 2 of this. Yeah, because you basically use your. I just show off one of my combos. For anyone that didn't watch the video, let's just show you a combo. Why not? Why the hell not? Giving myself a view. Look at this handsome devil over here. Alright, let's show one of the cool... I'll show you the final one, which I actually haven't proofread to see if it actually works or not. I just assume it does. Alright, here you go. You can listen to my self-talk. Combo using Teratop and your double yo-yo. So the first thing I do is summon out my Teratop. Teratop searching for Takenberg, or whatever his name is. Summon himself to the field. He goes to the graveyard. Summons out your tuner monster. And I'm not going to use this card's effect yet. I'm going to wait to use it later on. So these two can then become a copy of your level 7, bring out your level 1 via your skill, and that is your first of your crystal wings. Alright, now I'm going to use my copy of double yo-yo to bring back my level 1. It's time to hear your own voice. Activating the second effect of my skill to send my Daiko Duke to the graveyard, he can then banish himself, summoning back my level 4. Now the reason I summoned it now rather than using its effect before is because I wanted to have more SPEEDROIDs on field and more wind monsters. Lameception. The more cards you can excavate to choose which card you want to add to hand. So we'll look through my top of my deck, see if there's anything cool in there, and add a card to my hand. In this case, we add a copy of Compulse. Right, these 2 cards can now become a level 4 because one's a level 3, level 1 tuner monster. And that's going to bring out our Puzzle. And Puzzle is really cool. So when Puzzle goes to the graveyard, during the end phase, you can add back a SPEEDROID card from your graveyard to your hand, which is obviously a great follow-up if you just add a double yo-yo back to hand for the next turn. Alright, then you have a 4 and a 4, one being a tuner, one not being one. So we can just go straight into a copy of your Cyber/Harpy Lady. So from a 2-card combo, we're going to have follow-up from the end phase. We add back our double yo-yo. So all this from just a 2-card combo, we've added on 1 yo-yo in hand, multiple back row from whatever cards you had in your opening hand, and yeah, Cyber/Harpy and your... That draw off Piper's so good. Yeah, I'll literally say in this video at some point, I think it's the first time it comes up, that Piper is my favorite card in this art type. The draw is so goddamn good. You're looking at... Because it's excavating the top 3. Like, my god, you are going to hit back row. You're actually going to hit back row off of that. That is so goddamn good. So 2-card combo, draw off Piper, you're going to hit back row. It's crazy. So yeah, this is a sort of a, this is the combo line I'm looking at. There's some other combo lines you can do with it, by the way, such as ending on, I think Atlas showed off a cool one, which I played in this video, where you go into your, yeah, ends on your Stardust Warrior. So it's another cool sort of combo line you can do. I don't like this line too much because it doesn't do the draw off of your, what's his face? So I feel like missing the draw off Piper is so bad. Well, like, not bad, but it's like, I feel like just having more back row is generally good. It's not like having a Harpy Slash is that much worse than a Stardust Warrior anyway, generally. It's just one lot of removal. So yeah. That's just some cool stuff you can do with that deck, which is showing examples of this card and why you really need it, because it's going to be used in combination with your main combo man, your Terratop. Atlas doesn't recommend it either. He's got a bunch of other ones viewing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that like you just need to be using the draw, even just the one card combo where you're just summoning your just summoning it out just with just a Terratop alone or just whatever. You're generally gonna want to search for the card. I don't know. We'll see anyway. You choose between negate or back row. I mean, yeah, but you choose. It's like you choose between negate or back row, plus a return to hand, because you're losing out on the negate, but you're gaining Harpy Slash generally as the response. So you're just losing a negate for a return to hand plus back row. So I feel like that's generally a better trade, in my opinion. Anyway, let's go into these ultra rares now. All right, first one we have Wisdom Eye Magician. So this card I have never read before. If you have a Magician or Pendulum Perform Power card in your other Pendulum zone, you just... Oh wait, this is this card, right? I think I've seen this in Master Duel. You destroy this card, and if you do, you place one Magician Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum zone, except it's a Wisdom Eye Magician. Yeah, this card's just a search for any other Magicians. Okay. You can discard this card and target one card in your Pendulum zone whose current Pendulum scale is different from its original Pendulum scale. Its Pendulum scale becomes its original scale. Alright. So this card's first effect is pretty nuts. It is just a searcher. Yeah. This adds a lot of consistency to decks that are using the Magician Pendulum stuff, which I'm pretty sure... Is this one using it? Not Onimat. That's the wrong one. Is this one using it? He's guys using this Oath Dragon Magician. This is probably pretty good in this deck. Although it doesn't seem like it's very good with Pendulum Call though, because Pendulum Call is already your search, right? But I guess if you don't open Pendulum Call, it's another way to sort of get out the magicians you need. Doesn't work with Pendulum Call. And do you need it to work with Pendulum Call though? Isn't it just like a slate you use like for if you don't draw Pendulum Call? Like, it's not like you need to search for this card or anything. And discard it for Pendulum Call's cost? Yeah, true. It just seems like a more consistent way to get a hold of this stuff. Anyway, even if it's not used currently, in the future, I'm pretty sure it will be used. In some deck that comes up at some point down the line, it will probably be used. It seems like a pretty good card. Now, the question is, will I be using it? Hell no, it's a Pendulum deck, and Pendulum decks can suck my balls, but... I'm saying that, but I'm probably going to build an Abyss Actor deck list on release, so you can... But I doubt I'll be making an updated Odd Eyes deck, if anyone's wondering. I don't think I care enough. I'll probably be making an Abyss Actor one. That's probably the extent of my Pendulum adventures with this box. I don't even know what I'm going to... It's not going to be that exciting for an Abyss Actor update. It's probably just going to be using this card mostly. Maybe one of this, maybe. Spades or Ragey? No. Alright. Win the Wind Channeler. This card is always treated as a Charmer card. You can discard this card and one other wind monster, add one wind monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand, except Win the Wind Channeler. Also, you cannot activate monster effects the rest of this turn except wind monsters. So keep that in mind, by the way. That's very important, as a lot of people miss that part. You are locked into wind monster effects. So although your skill doesn't lock you out of summoning, like you can summon any synchros in the game, if you plan to play 3 of this card in your SPEEDROID deck, this does lock you into wind monster effects only, which can come up if you're using something like, for example, the what was his name? I've actually forgotten the card's name. God damn it. This card, for example, has like a draw effect on it. You won't get the draw effect from it if you're trying to go into this card and get a draw out of it. That's just a random example, but that's the one I came across when I was testing combos. But yeah, this card is a search for any wind monster in the game, so this is really good for SPEEDROID. It's also good for, I think the Duel Links meta Discord had Ritual Beast was being talked about. For the love of God, for the love of actual, like, all that is holy, don't bring back Ritual Beast. Don't. Don't. For the love of God, I do not want to play against Ritual Beast anymore. I really, really do not. That deck takes 40 years to have a singular turn, takes 40 years to end the game. I never want to see it ever again. But other archetypes you can play it with, just anything that has a wind. What else is wind? Most things, Harpy? I don't think Harpy needs that. Well, anyway, there you go. I'm planning to surprise Ritual Beast. No. As the head mod of the Duel of our Discord, I'll also be deleted. Yes, thank you. That's what I like to see. Winder Pass? Yeah, so the other thing to note with this card is obviously it requires a discard. So this means ratios for your deck, if you're playing SPEEDROID, are probably going to be 12 or more monsters at least. Chance the Rapper? No, that's not what I'm looking for. So, for example, we've got 4 of them. So this is the odds of actually drawing either Terratop or this card alone. So 60% of your games you'll be able to get into Terratop if you're using this card at 3. But the issue with it is, obviously, you have to have a discard as well. So if you have to play, it means you have to draw 2 monsters. So you have to play 12 monsters, blah, blah. Odds to have 2. 84% at 12. Anything less than this, and it gets a little bit shady. 78, it's getting pretty low. And at 10, it's like... It's not the worst. You can probably get away with it, but I wouldn't be playing less than 12, personally. If you want to open 2 monsters, so you have a discard for win. I personally would I would stick to this. So if you're planning to play a heavy back row based, if you're planning to play this, you're probably gonna have to have at least some monsters in there. Chance that I'm still relevant? No, I have no fucking clue, mate. Yeah, that's just sort of some weird math stuff I was looking at earlier. Anyway, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. So this card is, unfortunately, not all that exciting because he's just going to be used as a combo piece. He's just going to be used with the skill. So basically, this card has an effect. It does have one. Once per turn, when another level 5 or higher monster activates its effect on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. Once per turn, when a monster effect is activated that targets one level 5 or higher monster on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. If this card destroys a monster, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. So this card does have an effect. Unfortunately, it requires level 5 or higher monsters, which is like... let's just look at the tier list real quick. And you'll sort of see that... yeah, this is not a level 5 or higher monster, any of these. So unfortunately, the negates on this thing are pretty irrelevant. These aren't level 5 or higher monsters. Onomat's not. Rocket has synchro, can have synchros, I guess. The fusion is. Silver Cord, yes, actually. But you can't respond to their effects anyway. But yeah. So this card, it's cool and all, but it doesn't matter. You're just using it as a combo piece to move up into. Is it Crystal Wing? Holy shit, is that right? Yeah, Crystal Wing. So this is the card we're getting as part of the bundle. This is the real boss monster for the deck. Once per turn, when another monster effect is activated, quick effects, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. And if you do that, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. If this card battles an opponent's level 5 or higher monster, during damage calculation, this card gains attack equal to the current attack of that opponent's monster it is battling during that damage calculation only. Yeah, so this card is actually, like, really good in Duel Links. We already know from experience that playing cards that negate, destroy as boss monsters made like Phantom Knight really, really, really strong. I think Phantom Knight just fell off the tier list, but yeah. Cards like that literally make or break decks. So this card by itself will probably make SPEEDROID meta relevant, in my opinion. I'd be pretty surprised if it's not tier 3 at least. And if it's not tier 3 now, once the Worlds qualifier is over and Konami does their ban list and Orcus gets sort of pushed down or some other decks get beaten down, I'm sure this deck will sneak into tier 3. It just seems really good to me, but maybe I'm just getting overhyped for it because I'm excited for the archetype. Maybe I'm overrating it. You don't know how Chronomaly's... Dude, don't talk shit about Chronomaly. Grand Harrier's in here. He'll come beat your ass. In a video game, of course. No, actually, Chronomaly is really good, by the way. Like, if you don't know how Chronomaly works, this deck is really good. It's sort of like the best, how do I put it? It's like the best mid deck, because it does, like, it's all round super mid. Like, it has some ways to play through back row. It has some disruption. It has, like, some draw. It's like... It's the best all-round sort of a deck, where it does like a lot of stuff, but nothing too extraordinary, which is good enough to get tiered, because it just sort of... It can take wins off everything, because it just, yeah, it's generally an all-round good deck. This deck is nuts. Anyway, that's very off-topic anyway. They're also a very good grind deck as well. They've got tons of grind game in them now. PK Orcus caused PK to focus with a graveyard hate. Oh, I see. You see it in tournaments. There should be I think there's a few. There's definitely a bunch of tournament results with it. I know I've personally had some fucking nuts streaks with this shit. I think my video I had 9-1 or something out of it. There's plenty of toppings with it. These are all in May. All recent too. Like, these are in the last few days. All these things on screen are all in the last few days. So anyway, boys, that's completely off topic. Let's get back on topic. This box. What is the consensus, lads? What are we thinking? I'm thinking we've got quite a couple of videos to make here. Starting with, of course, the SPEEDROID, which I've already got a deck list planned. This deck seems incredible. Followed past that, we have probably Raid Raptor, just because this card combo seems nutty, so I'll probably give Raid Raptor a go. Then after that, we have either Abyss Actor or Starry Night, I believe my two options after that one. Probably Abyss Actor first, then maybe Starry Night. And the final video, if I do keep going that many videos in a row, something with Void Ogre. Rocket Void Ogre? Rocket Void Ogre could be the play, or Resonator Void Ogre. I think Resonator Void Ogre might be the play, though. How often does Resonator end up with 0 cards in hand? Because their skill literally, like, forces you to discard, right? How your Raid Raptor's getting some love? Intention is we really didn't say any more, true. Yeah, I don't know. This box I've got so much content from this box. I'm just not sure what order I'm going to do everything in. Definitely SPEEDROID Force first, and then probably Raid Raptor. Then after that, I might even do This video might be a quick one, so I might just do a Rocket Void Ogre video, just as like, because I've already got like all the deck built and stuff. I just need to chuck in the Void Ogre, so I might just do that as like a double upload day or something. So I might do like clear the SPEEDROID deck, then straight into the Void Ogre deck, just because I can do it on day one real quick. I don't know. Infernity can play Void Ogre. Well, Infernity would actually have to have a functional deck list to play it. Unfortunately, Infernity isn't functional anymore. That is a bit of a tragedy for that one. I'm pretty sure this card being potentially released, or like when it was going to be released, was the reason Infernity got cucked like a couple of weeks ago. There was like some random ass ban list, but like, you know what? We're just gonna dick, or sorry, months ago I think actually, whenever it was, we're just gonna dick Infernity when it wasn't even meta relevant in the slightest. Is because Void Ogre was coming. I'm pretty sure. Is Clearwing too OP for this game? This one? Or do you mean Crystal Clearwing, dude? Do you mean this one? I mean, not really. Isn't this like very similar anyway to how the other one works? I could see this eventually coming to the game, honestly. You finished building it 1 week before it got hit? Oh, unlucky, buddy. Alright, boys, that's going to do it for today's stream. If you enjoyed, remember to subscribe. I'll have a whole bunch of videos planned all around all this shit when it's coming out, which is in... Wait, when is it? Excuse me, when are you releasing? 1 day and 6 hours. I'll have a bunch of videos up. Is that an Allure of Darkness? Ooh. Potential future cards coming in here. Preparation of Rites. Cyber Angel support. Ooh. Okay. Crusadia coming as well. Anyway, that's talking for another day. We're done for today's stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you all in the next one, hopefully.